And I do want to double check for any questions. I think we're good right now. Okay, so when we're thinking of using Canva in the classroom, we're just going to hit on a few workflow options. Workflow 1 is that we can have teachers to students as a resource. You guys already do a lot of these workflows. So as the teacher, you can create an instructional resource and you can share it with a student. So that might be a talking presentation. Perhaps you're giving them a mini math tutorial so that they can take it home as a resource and remember what they're learning in math. Or it could even be a poster or anchor chart. The second workflow option we have is that there can be teacher-created templates given individually to students. If you share a template link in Canva, that template link will force a copy for each individual student. So I'm going to just hit on that real quick. If I come here, right here, and I go down to my More option, I'm going to see an option for template link. See, now I have an option to copy that. And when I paste this into my browser, what's going to happen is you can see now I've created a template. It's actually the whole slide deck became a template. And if I were to share this with my colleagues and if they clicked use template or with students, whoever I was sharing it with, this would become their own copy. It wouldn't change any of your design. It would just only adjust what they're modifying. So this is a great way to essentially force a copy to each individual student, and then they can submit work back that way. Some examples, you might have a sorting activity or even a lab report with embedded media. Our third workflow option we have is that teachers can create collaborative activities like I did. You saw how I clicked share with everyone and then I chose edit so everybody could edit. You may be interested in doing a class brainstorm or even a small team brainstorm or a jigsaw activity. We also have the workflow option number 4, which is my favorite, and that's really when we've built up our class culture and students have more autonomy, and it's really where we're giving the parameters as teachers or guidance, but ultimately students are choosing how to demonstrate their learning. That might be like in a mobile video creation, presentation, or infographic, but really we're saying now, this is your project. It's going to be either a summative unit project, or maybe it's a show what you know, but students are choosing how they want to demonstrate their learning. So let's return to our collaboration document. And in here, if you double click on any of the text here, you can add your ideas for student created projects, but it might even be a project that you're thinking of doing as a teacher. Maybe you're thinking of workflow 1, 2, 3, or 4. We did a lot of project-based learning when I was an elementary teacher, and we created so many videos. We would do like newscasts. We did a project each year. It was called the Human Footprint, and it incorporated reduce, reuse, recycle. At the end of that, kids got to choose whether they did a presentation or a video, and it's amazing how many kids would do, or even like they would do like a little commercial to raise awareness, like an advocacy video. So it was amazing how creative, and I loved it because not one project looked exactly like the other. They all shared their information and their findings, but it all was different. So that was really neat. So that you guys know, in Canva, just like we removed the background from an image, you can also remove the background from videos. So it makes me think about that in terms of if you're talking about third grade wacky weather, we've got hurricanes, blizzards, all types of weather, if that's the direction you go in with your science. But I think about that in terms of you could have a video here in Canva that shows a hurricane or a video. You could have that as your background. And if you then took a video, the students did a video of themselves talking or sharing or acting like a weather person, they could remove the background so it doesn't look like, the cement wall in a school or the playground that might be behind them, but they could be overlaid on top of the hurricane. So be thinking about that, like how creative you can have these student projects be. I'll give you just a little bit. I'll actually show you guys something real quick in my Canva, because it kind of gives a good example. I was playing with some of the video features just the other day myself. Let's see if we're gonna, here it is. So I was playing with some videos that we had of our dogs because I just wanted to see how this would work. So what I did is I have a video of a pool float, and then these are each individual videos of our dogs. Now, Chloe's was kind of cut off funny. So what I did was I moved her next to Nala, tried to make it as proportional as I could. And I then found an image of a beach towel and removed the background just so that, my dog didn't look weird, like just cut off like that. So I tried to arrange that the best I could, just to kind of cover some things up. And then I added my own audio in here. I could have put transitions. This doesn't play perfectly in Canva, but I will say, so what happened is I do have like a video over two videos over a video. When I downloaded this as an MP4, it played smoothly. So I'm thinking it may be my internet that it wasn't allowing this to play, but I'll just show you what that looks like real quick. I don't know why Chloe didn't hear either. So you can see it's a little bit clunky when I play it in here, but download it as a file, it was fine. But think about that too, when you're creating those student projects, could they be putting something together? Could you bring in a background, and could the students be having a video like that? So those are some really cool project ideas to really bring your learning to life.